You like altcoins, right? You want to know when altcoins will explode. You want to know about your favorite altcoin and should you keep holding it? Is it about to explode way beyond belief? In today's video, I'm going to show you the altcoin market and I'm going to keep it really, really simple. And I'm going to show you exactly what to look for. And if we do this very specific thing, whatever altcoin you hold is going to explode. But if this thing doesn't happen and one of the other things happens, which I'll show you in this chart, that's when to run for the hills. So I'm going to show you both exactly what the chart will look like. How do you know if it's going to pump and how do you know if it's going to crash? I'm going to show you exactly what to look for so you can follow along at home and get rid of all of that emotion and the unknown and the guesswork and instead base everything on facts. Let's get into it. The altcoin market could be about to explode, but I have good news. If you're on my email list, go there now. I just released a brand new altcoin bonus video. And if you're not on my email list, go now before it's too late. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. It takes 2 seconds and you'll immediately unlock this week's brand new altcoin video. Go now. Welcome. I'm Steve. Here we deliver honest, sponsorship-free TA with genuine value. Subscribe for a no BS approach that actually helps you. Subscribe. So here we are. We're on the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, on the 2-week chart. Meaning what you see on the chart here is all the altcoins on planet Earth. Bitcoin is not represented here, but this represents all altcoins. What you can see happening on the chart is I have this little yellow circle here. This little yellow circle was at a key point in the market. This little yellow circle, there was a lot of indecision. There was a lot of people saying, you know, altcoins are in big trouble. What happened to altcoins? Why are altcoins not moving? What's going on with altcoins? There was a lot of questions about altcoins. And I said this when we were near this candle. Roll the clip. Altcoins are not showing weakness with structure. Period. Full stop. We have a clear level of resistance, but in this bull, we have continued to make higher lows and we have continued to make, so far, higher highs. What we need to happen next is, I love this wick here on the 2-week chart. Love this wick. See what happened with the last wick. These wicks are usually a sign of momentum, but we held structure and we're just asking altcoins to make another swing high. So in that clip, we talked about the structure in that video. We talked about how there was no concern at all. We talked about how healthy altcoin markets were. Here's where I want to talk about now, because now we're at this yellow line. And we were at this yellow line before. It was March 2024. And it didn't turn out so well for us. Altcoins crashed considerably from this yellow line. So is that about to happen again? Or are we about to bust through this yellow line and get to this white line? Let's talk about it, because what you can see happening is at the same time of that candle, which I made the video, we had a 2-week stochastic RSI cross. Once again, that happens about once per year. These are major. Every major move happens with it. Look at the last time we had a stochastic RSI cross. We went from this pivot low to this swing high, and that was in 2024. What about the time before that? Well, that was in 2023, right on schedule, right on cue, once per year, cross happens, altcoins explode. It's a pretty simple game, right? No hype, just facts. Subscribe and relax. You can see altcoins explode here. We went up to here. Every time, that's what happens. Now, what I want to draw your attention to is this formation. We've got clear resistance in altcoins at this level. It's at about 1.5 trillion, $1.57 trillion, right? What you can see is we sort of had a double top back in 2021 at exactly this area. And what you can see is we most recently had resistance at that area in December 2024. What you could see happen after the top of 21 is we formed our bottom. This is a very healthy bottom. You can see bottom number 1, bottom number 2, healthy consolidation, building healthy market structure with resistance at what used to be our support. This is a textbook market structure for altcoins. You got to love it. And we had that stochastic RSI cross here that I tell you happened once per year. It was right here, literally, quite literally right here. It's an easy game if you just focus on the facts. If you're new to the channel, this is what we do. We focus on the facts. I give you the facts and you make better decisions. Everybody wins. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. You just found your home. Now, when you look at the price action, you can say, okay, textbook bottom, double bottom, structure. It ended with the stochastic RSI. And at the same time, the RSI went to a swing high. Okay. The RSI went to a swing high. RSI overbought, oversold. Whenever it gets up high like this, it's time to take profits, right? The problem is we went high in price and then we went a higher high in price months later, while the RSI made a high and then a lower high. The altcoin market is aligned with Bitcoin, meaning the Bitcoin market is still battling bearish divergence, and so are altcoins, which is why we've had a slow progression. However, when you look at the structure, which is what I told you weeks and weeks and weeks ago in that clip, is the structure of altcoins is very healthy, right? Market bottom, very healthy. Consolidation, incredibly healthy. Pivot here, very healthy. New swing high, healthy. Come back down to our structure, beautiful. It's our swing low was here, our higher low was here, and we did yet another higher low, and we made consecutive higher highs. This was our first higher high. This was our second one. So what we see happening is also a formation. All right. I love this formation. Anytime you see this line rising, meaning our lows were on this line and we're battling the same high, and the same high is one line, what you see, you want to have multiple touch points, but if we're able to get another touch point here, this is a classic textbook pattern where it's a bullish formation. You can typically measure from the top here to the bottom here, take that, stick it on here, and that's how high we're supposed to go if it's a textbook. This is not textbook yet, but it's looking like it wants to be textbook in the future. How does it make it textbook? Well, we've got multiple touch points on the bottom. We're not concerned with that. We do not have multiple touch points on the top. So if the altcoin market were to go from here and come up and get resistance here and come back down and get support and come back up and barrel through, that will be closer to a textbook, although we want 3 touch points on the top. So it's a formation that's bullish. It's something to keep an eye on, and the level to watch is this 1.5 trillion and how we deal with that. But before we even get to that, we've got to look at this yellow line, 1.22. Same level as here. The only thing that can bring us past there is the stochastic RSI, and we're starting to have some trouble with this. Now, what we do have on our hands is what I showed you in the Bitcoin market. The Bitcoin market will lead all markets. We printed a bullish candle in the Bitcoin market, and we're trying to flip the stochastic RSI there as well. And if we're able to do those things, it's likely that this will continue bullish. Right now, we're starting to see some trouble in paradise. But what you want to see more than anything is this RSI take out this swing high. It's the same thing we talked about in Bitcoin. In order to be really bullish, I mean really, really bullish in the altcoin market, we've got to take out this pivot high. And in the Bitcoin market, it was 80. In the altcoin market, we're talking about 73. We need to get above 73 on the 2-week chart in the RSI to be really in the clear. No hype, just facts. Subscribe and relax. But how about with altcoins? What could make us explode more than we can ever imagine? I want to lay out that path, because as you're watching this video, you're like, okay, I get it. Altcoins looking pretty healthy. There's no area of concern. And we have this bullish pattern that's forming. And we just recently had our stochastic RSI cross on the 2-week, which only happens once per year. Now you're understanding, like, these are all the good things. The bad things is bearish divergence that we cannot debate. It's not a debatable thing that there is divergence or not. It's there. It's a bona fide fact. And how can we avoid it? The RSI needs to take out this. And how can we do that? The stochastic RSI needs to push momentum, and that needs to push the RSI above here. Let me tell you a scenario that this is when altcoins would really, really explode, and it will be the moment that you've been waiting years and years for. You've been waiting for that moment to look at your phone and see your altcoins really, I mean truly exploding. Let me give you the one area that we need to do, the one thing that we need to do on the chart, just one, that will tell you, ooh, this is the time Steve was talking about. You see this level on your chart here, this white line on your chart? There's one thing and one thing only we need to do, and that is at this level, 1.54 trillion. I want to see a body of a candle hold as support here. We've never done that. And once we do that, and by the way, it's not so far away, but if we were to do that, that's when you'll see altcoins explode bigger than you imagine. Now, let's talk about the one thing that we're going to do if things fall apart. Do you see this trend line on the bottom here, this white one? As soon as we have a body of a candle close below here, it's all over. There's no chance at the explosion to the upside. Those are the two things you watch. This white line, close of a body above it, real explosion to the upside. Close of the body below this level here. That's all she wrote. It's that simple. That's the altcoin market. Let me know your favorite altcoins below so I can cover a bonus video on that altcoin. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in the next video. The altcoin market could be about to explode, but I have good news. If you're on my email list, go there now. I just released a brand new altcoin bonus video. And if you're not on my email list, go now before it's too late. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. It takes 2 seconds and you'll immediately unlock this week's brand new altcoin video. Go now. This bull run is our road to 500,000 subscribers, but I need your help. Today, tell one person about our YouTube channel, how we spit facts, go against the herd, take no paid sponsorships of any kind. Road to 500,000, let's go.